You know what time it is, it's BCS season, and by BCS I mean Better Call Saul. Today I'm going to use my I'm totally always right in my videos devil fruit power to explain to you why Mike from Breaking Bad has Haki. Haki is a magical power in the hit 4Kids cartoon One Piece that gives you plot armor, and makes sure the most important characters never die, unless you're one of the few characters that has the fatal weakness of being cooked into a donut. Get it? Because Ace dies. That's a spoiler. No, it's not. Everybody knows that. Did you know that this scientist turns his daughter into a dog? I bet you didn't know that. Isn't that crazy? That's so fucked up. Stop making jokes about it, dude. Too soon. Mike Ehrmantraut, also known as the kid named Finger, is a force of nature from the hit show Breaking Bad that versus Battle Wiki claims to be at equal power to this alcoholic MILF, who has apparently won in a simulated fight against literally me. Mike's first feat that was probably Haki was when the guy who has beaten people to death with his fists had the chance to beat up Mike as he stood there and took it, only for Mike to wake up the next day completely unscratched as if nothing even happened. Mike is at least in his 70s, and is able to take ult combos from a man who has the street-level rage-induced power of Broly. Tuco actually probably has Haki too, but Mike's armament Haki is just that much stronger. Next up, this one might not sound too impressive, but you just haven't seen the real context. So a couple thugs run up on Mike, and Mike just isn't having it with their thug posting. He breaks and shakes one of the thugs, but watch right here. These people aren't just intimidated by Mike, right? He walks away, and they just stand there. Not only is this Emperor's Haki, but this is Emperor's Haki in a fictional setting with literally no supernatural powers. If you were to take Luffy or Shanks and put him in Seinfeld, he wouldn't have Haki. They would both have to abide by the rules of Seinfeld, which states no power scaling. The fact that Mike is able to carry this Haki in Breaking Bad of all series sets a terrifying precedent for just how strong his Haki might be in the universe of One Piece. But you might be thinking, oh, maybe old age doesn't actually nerf you that hard in Breaking Bad. This is actually proven wrong before Mike even makes his debut. Putting aside his immobility and other disabilities, Hector Salamanca has no sign of Haki whatsoever. He's seen as somewhat strong, but nowhere as powerful as Mike. Given how age doesn't really affect him, this puts Mike on par with someone like Whitebeard. Not only does Whitebeard have powerful Haki, but he's able to tank hits from some of the most powerful marine forces in the world, and Whitebeard is around the same age as Mike. Actually, do you want even more evidence that Mike has Haki? It's implied and hinted at that Mike served as a marine in Vietnam. In One Piece, we eventually get to a point where marines are trained in armament Haki, so this might actually be where Mike learned his Haki from. Okay, one more. Do you want even more evidence that Haki exists in Breaking Bad? In season 5, episode 15 of Breaking Bad, Walter stops at a bar in New Hampshire to contact his son. And if you look closely, right there, do you know what that is? That's the 1998 game between the University of Wisconsin Badgers and the Denver Pioneers. And do you know just what sport that is?
Good morning, my bro-
Oh, and when you get into the courtroom, maybe don't shout, "The One Piece! The One Piece is real!"